I expected to see the road here. Look at that sky. That is incredible. This week, we hiked in 3 amazing places, all within a few hours' drive of each other. First, a random roadside stop brought us to Bosque de la Pache's Canyon Trail. The desert heat was building, and we wanted to explore a little before it became unbearable. Here, we disappeared into the quiet of the desert, the deep sand and hot wind. There are many ways to get lost. When hiking, I sometimes get lost in my thoughts, reliving past adventures and misadventures, recalling people and pets now gone, or drifting far into an imagined future. The mind is a branching tunnel, so easy to get lost in there given a little time and space. It's just as easy to get lost in the motion of the walk with no thought at all our senses alive to the world around us, the howl of the wind, the smell of wildflowers, the flat taste of dust kicked up underfoot, the rough canyon walls and unyielding blue sky pressing down. In walking, I can let the nudgy, worried, insistent parts of myself go and disappear, at least for a little while, into the vastness of the world. We hiked through the canyon, then up along its rim, feeling small in the vast stretch of land before us. It was a lovely way to be lost. And easy enough to find our way home. Next, we headed up to 7,000 feet in the Magdalena Mountains, hoping for some relief from the heat. Water Canyon Campground was lovely, nearly empty, and totally free. This campground has 12 sites. It's not too hard to get to. The last quarter mile is pretty steep and twisty. I don't know if I would bring a trailer, but our van did it without too much trouble. There are 2 pit toilets, actually 4 if you consider this one 2. And it's a little tilty on the sides. They're big.
I thought you were taking a picture of the other side.
I'm going to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Action.
Well, we are camped in Water Canyon Campground in the Cibola National Forest.
And it's April 13th.
I don't know why he has to say that. It's not April 13th for you. We're just taking a walk. Beautiful spot. We were in the desert this morning. We did a walk in the desert walking on sand, and now We're in the forest and it's cool and beautiful in a whole different way. We'd heard there was a lost mine up in the hills, and we lost ourselves again in looking for it. Wandering under the shady trees and beside the thread of fresh water in the riverbed. We focused on the traces of human history that marked the landscape, and geologic history too, in the towering canyon walls and on the trail under our feet. We hiked up many dead ends and dirt roads. There's a little bit of a trail here. Prickly ravines littered with autumn leaves. An old mining road that snaked up the hills. Well, we walked uphill a good ways on an old mining road. I have it on good authority that there is a mine up here somewhere, but we haven't found it. We have gotten quite a bit of exercise, which is nice, and we all have a beautiful view going back down the road of the cliffs that are part of Water Canyon. And Dan's got another work meeting coming up, so we can't really spend any more time looking. But it was a beautiful walk, and all things considered, it maybe is just as well that we didn't find it, because who knows what would have happened, right? Some things just stay lost, I guess. Good night, moon. Then we headed back down into the desert. The road in was bone-jarring washboard. We bounced and creaked and clattered along. If we drove too fast, we started to drift off the road like a tossed tin can, which I guess we sort of are. 17 miles took us over an hour. Lots of daylight left. While Dan caught up on work, I headed out to Rockhound. Wow. That's a really big piece of agate. Eesh. I don't know. Should I try carrying that back? Maybe. I crossed 2 deep washes and found the trace of a road, walked it a bit, came to a fenced-in holding and skirted around it. There were lots of cool rocks to keep me busy, and time grew short. Long story short, I got lost in the twists and turns of the rugged landscape. I followed one wash after another, wandered down jeep roads and more solid ones. Well, I'm hoping this is one of the washes I crossed when I was on the road, trying to get back to the road. When I'm wandering around, I like to take some bearings as I go, and they usually point me in the general direction I'm looking for. Hopefully that's the case right now. And here is yet another way to lose yourself in the wild. Not the kind you want, though. Clouds were building, and light seeped from the sky. It's possible to get lost and worry, too, or panic. Luckily, I didn't. In the end, I found my way home. In almost 3 years of walking and wandering, this is only the second time I've been lost like this. I found a road, and it was not the right road that I thought. I walked a long way in the opposite direction. Luckily, there was a mile marker, and I was able to recognize mile 17, which is where we, close to where we turned, off onto the side road. And so I turned around and hiked it all the way back, and I'm even going to be able to catch the sunset with a nice beer. Thank goodness. There's the van. Hopefully the rain will hold off. The sky is really beautiful, but a little ominous. This is the east. Over here, clear. This is the west. A little angry. It was not supposed to rain today. And we are way, way off the pavement. It's raining. Look at that sky. That is incredible. I thought this was west over here. Wow. We are north of the village of Magdalena in New Mexico. We drove 17 miles of washboard road to get to the spot. There's some really cool rocks here. A lot of peace and quiet. Wow, look at that. That is just amazing. The next day, while Dan continued his grueling end-of-semester work, I headed out to explore all over again. Well, I did get lost yesterday, and it was kind of scary. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve today, and I'm going to take it easy. I have the Gaia app, and I located the van on there. Should have done that last time. Didn't expect to get off track. I came from this wash up to the right, and so if I can find this wash again, the campsite is really not very far up that way. I'm This wash joins a bigger wash. And I put a little cairn there so I could hopefully notice. And remember that this is the wash I have to turn out. We'll see. Check that out. That's pretty cute little formation there. It's a giant mushroom. It's a very big mushroom. Cool. And it's a conglomerate. There's all different kinds of little river pebbles in there. Probably a riverbank back in the day, or a sand bed or something. This is pretty cool. Some red staining here, and up above the wind has created holes in this, I think, sandstone. Finding a lot of these around here. That's a tooth. Yeah. So something I'm wondering about is these tire tracks. Where on earth did these guys go? They come up here. Maybe you Jeep people might have an idea how you could get a truck or a Jeep up that. Yeah, I don't know. The tracks do go right up to the edge. And there's my cairn. And I left it myself, which is a good thing because I would not have necessarily noticed that little wash there. And I may have just kept walking up this wash here. Well, let's see if I can find it in my skill level to get home from here. I think I walked up here, and I think our van is just around the hill there. Let's see. Okay, I expected to see the road here. I think I might see it. Hopefully, hey, there's the hiding behind those trees there. Yeah, I did it. I found my way home.
Working.
I know. That's how it goes. I'm glad to be back. We set off again, with no idea where we were headed. Showers and laundry were our only plan. There are many ways to be lost, but this one is my favorite. Lost together, waiting to see what happens next. We're always a little lost, in random places and unlikely situations, tucked into the van home we built for ourselves. As nomads, we don't always know where we are, but we're together, and, as Dan likes to say, no matter where we roam, we are always directly over the center of the earth.